Our loving Father and our God, we're coming to your presence at this time, thanking you for how you blessed us on this your sacred day. And now, as the scholars have prepared and they're ready to execute, Father, we pray that you'll allow your spirit to move in this place. And may every person here be blessed. And may we all acknowledge you as Master and Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Please be seated.
Our program tonight. Welcome you to our program tonight. We have in store for you a wonderful sight. We hope it will make your day. We may dance, you may sing, you may shout, and you may dance. But just make sure you let God have his way.
Go ahead.
We hope to please you, that all you do. Here at G. Peters, we welcome you.
Regan, come.
In 1962, Fannie Lou Hamer was fired from her job after she campaigned to encourage African Americans to vote. 2 years later, when she testified at the DNC in support of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, President Lyndon B. Johnson called an impromptu news conference to make it impossible for national television networks to cover her testimony live. This type of silencing used generation after generation against marginalized voices is nothing new. For decades, it has ensured America never had to face a hard truth. That is foundations. Its very roots are racist. This silencing happens when for white people, hearing the truth is too much. When the truth weighs so painfully heavy that they'd rather get rid of the weight than face the issue head on.
But why would something as virtuous as truth be a burden for some? Because when the truth is held up, it reflects the false securities that our society rests on. The elitism, capitalism, racism, ableism, sexism, the anti-blackness. And the people who benefit from these systems have a hard time letting go of their privilege within those realms. To escape these truths, silencing has very often been the answer. While white people have held a high degree of power throughout history since slavery, many will not actively speak up against racial struggles that oppress the minority because not only do the privileges that come with whiteness guarantee an easier life, but they often have a blindness to these unearned advantages.
In a little tent, oh, and just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movie, then I go downtown. And somebody keeps telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, there've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
Each year, we brought to light events and ideas in society that needed to be brought out of the dark into the light, and tonight's no different. In our country, there has been an overwhelming push to silence of those who speak the truth in the field of education. Only 7 out of 50 states in our country have no legislation to ban critical race teaching in classrooms.
As I speak, bills are being passed to outlaw books that teach about our past because it makes some students feel uncomfortable seeing the evils their country has carried out in the name of democracy and freedom. This silencing is an insidious cancer that is affecting education across the nation.
This afternoon, we'll look across the country where people of color are naming racism for what is calling out silencing and microaggressions. This generation will not be silent. Name it to change it.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be an outcast and be a backlash, somebody's lacking love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do. When you said on needs the skin, kept in the inside, no sunlight, sometimes the shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. Wanna see you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. Look what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. Wanna see you, I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave.
By age 3, children in the U.S. associate some racial groups with negative traits. By age 4, children in the U.S. associate whites with wealth and higher status. By the time children enter elementary school, race-based discrimination is already widespread. Research suggests that the lessons of racism cannot start too soon. The American Physical Application reports that children colonization of racism starts very early. Children begin to be aware of their race when they are infants. Children as young as 3 months have been discarded race of certain racial groups.
The prejudice and discriminatory acts that define racism are not inherent. However, they are learned beliefs and behaviors that are from exposure to racism. Therefore, exposure to anti-racism lessons at an early age is critical.
In our churches and schools, people are often afraid to call out inequities when they see them. They're afraid of making white people feel uncomfortable. Well, if we do this for the blacks, then we have to do it for the whites, is a familiar tune sung in sanctuaries and boardrooms. This equity approach coddles the hesitancies of people with the least racial equity investment, white folk, while punishing people with the most investment, black folk. In too many instances, the pace of equity progress prioritizes the comfort and interest of people who have the least interest in that progress.
The hard truth is, racial equity cannot be achieved with an obsessive commitment to meeting people where they are, when where they are is fraught with racial bias and privilege. We cannot afford to wait for the world to saunter toward a more serious racial equity vision.
We cannot afford to wait, in particular for all white people to ease into racial equity commitments at a pace of their choosing while we suffer the consequences of their callousness.
Hi, Parker.
Hi.
Hey, Parker.
Alright, guys. Hey, guys, it's that time of year again, Black History Month. We need to brainstorm to see what ideas we can come up with.
We need a theme. Any ideas?
Look, there's so much we could talk about. Present-day history or history. What are we thinking, people?
Think we should do the civil rights movement? Ooh, good idea.
Always talking about the civil rights movement. Keep your eyes on the prize. The prize ain't ever gonna get.
So, well, we'll just do Black Lives Matter.
I still don't think that's true.
How about we talk about some of the issues that are happening all across the world, like the critical race theory?
That's kind of controversial, don't you think?
No, that's a good idea because my cousin from Texas and her mom lost her job because they closed down the whole DEI division because they said that President Trump said that it was discriminatory and it made people feel uncomfortable. My aunt's a teacher in Wyoming and they won't let her teach about slavery. It makes the kids sad.
This is crazy. They weren't thinking about how black people felt when they were being enslaved, our rights being taken away, our family destroyed, our hope being permanently altered. That didn't make them feel sad. I think we should talk about the silencing of black folk, a concerted effort by white America to keep us quiet. I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Last week, my sister Jessie and I went to the hair supply store to get some clippers and edge control. And the white sales lady followed us around for 10 minutes, even though we told her we didn't need any help. As soon as Cassidy came in, she asked if she was with us. When she said yes, the sales lady left. I told Cassidy it was because she was perceived as white that the sales lady finally left us alone. When we decided to leave and not give the store our money, the sales lady wanted to check our bags at the door, but she let Cassidy walk straight out. It was humiliating.
I think that's an awesome experience to share, Myron. Let's do it.
Well, I don't know. It might make some people feel uncomfortable.
Who? Myron? He experienced it. I'm sure he wouldn't mind telling it again.
No! I mean, what happened to sister and brother Polanski? What about them? I don't want them to think all white people are like that. What if we take out the part about them, the sales lady being white?
Parker, no, that wouldn't make sense. That's the whole point.
Well, we don't know for sure if you were discriminated against. I mean, the sales lady could have been really eager to help you.
You know what, Parker? Shut up. I just told you what happened.
Jeez, I think we should take a vote on it.
Are you kidding me? This lunchbox wants to vote.
Well, I think we should take a vote on it. How many people feel like Myron was discriminated against?
Are you really going to take a vote on whether I experience racism or not?
I think church should be a safe place for everybody, and the Polanskis may feel discriminated against. Isn't that what true equity is?
You know what? Forget it. Then no wonder things are getting exponentially worse. White America no longer needs to fight for themselves. They got black folk to do it for them. We are silencing ourselves when we fail to call out racism. We have to name it to change it.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock a boat and make a mess. So I sat quietly, agreed politely. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. I let you push me back the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. You held me down, but I got up. Hey! Already brushing off the dust. I hear my voice, I hear that sound. Like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Hey! Already brushing off the dust. I hear my voice, I hear that sound. I got the eye of a tiger, fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am the champion. the time is now. We must prioritize equity over the comfort of reluctance. We move on racial justice, first by honestly identifying and addressing all the ways racism operates in our institutions. And then we bridge our equity hesitators to our equity vision.
We refuse to equivocate onto racial justice. We find the will to implement and hold one another accountable to policy and practice changes today rather than waiting on an elusive consensus. We must be brave and speak out.
Amen. Children in the United States grow up in a society wherein racism and inequality are real. The majority of racial minoritized youth will witness at least one explicit event of racial ethnic discrimination by the age of 12.
A recent study found that Black youth report an average of 5 discriminatory events per day, even as children observe and encounter such racism. They also are socialized into a culture of colorblindness.
Colorblindness is a pervasive narrative that claims race does not matter, that all people are equal, and that racism is solely historical. However, in reality, colorblindness means not seeing existing racial injustices, justifying the system on the basis of fictive meritocracy, and ignoring racial oppression on the false premise that we are a post-racial society.
How was your weekend?
It was great. I saw the best movie, The Little Mermaid.
Me too. It's been a minute since I've seen a movie in the theater. You know, since the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, hey, there's Jamie and Chad.
What's up, girls? Hey, guys, what are y'all talking about? Jessica was telling me about her weekend. Oh, really? What did you do, Jess?
I saw the best movie, The Little Mermaid.
You haven't seen it before? It was out before I was born.
It was a remake of the cartoon, but this time with real live people.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was awesome. Ariel was so beautiful. She had these long red locks and deep brown eyes, and she sang like an angel.
Oh, wow. Who played Ariel?
You know, Halle Bailey? Yeah, she did. She was so pretty.
Halle Bailey? But I thought you said she was beautiful.
What? What do you mean?
Never mind.
No, what were you going to say?
Nothing.
Hey, let's hurry up and head to recess.
Nope.
Here we go.
Here we go. What, Chad? What's wrong with Halle Bailey?
Nothing's wrong with her. She's just not what I expected Ariel from The Little Mermaid to look like.
I'm not sure I know Halle Bailey. What does she look like?
I mean, she does have red hair and brown eyes. She's just,
She's black, Chad. Black. You could say it, you know. That's why you think she can't be Ariel?
I never said that. I never even noticed what color she was. I don't see color at all.
Oh, no. Are you colorblind?
I've heard of that happening to people.
No, I'm not colorblind. I just look at everyone as one color.
Now, how does that work?
See, you people always want to make it about color.
You people? Which people?
You know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Look, I'm just not racist. I don't see race. As a matter of fact, there's only one race, the human race.
No, you do see color, Chad, my boy. You just like to say that you don't, so people don't call you out on your prejudice. What color is the sky? What color is the grass? What color is the sea? What color is my skin? Duh, you just don't think Halle Bailey can be Ariel because she's not white. That's the only color you see as beautiful, and that, my friend, is racist.
How can I be racist if I'm friends with you guys? Are you? Are you? How can that be when you don't see me? You don't see the beauty in my blackness, so you can't truly appreciate me. Later, Chad!
makes you stronger. I say I will abide your racism no longer. I call it out whenever I may see it. I refuse to remain silent to defeat it. For far too long, my people lived in silence. Our voiceless cries escaped delights and violence. The time has come for all to shout aloud and give the world something to truly make us proud.
Deny my place and time, you squander well, that's mine. My light will shine, so brightly it will blind you. Something inside so strong, I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong so
Unfortunately, some people still really don't want to talk about it at all. They'll be the first to tell you they don't have a racist bone in their body, and they don't care if you're white, black, blue, purple, etc. In fact, they'll say they're colorblind, meaning they don't even see race. And that refusal to see it often goes hand in hand with an urgent desire to stop discussing racial disparities as soon as possible.
Parents who want their children to become anti-racist need to talk to their children explicitly about race and racism. From a young age, children notice race. Talk to kids from early on about the racial differences they notice, including what they do and do not mean.
Kids pay attention to what parents do. Parents should read books about anti-racism and speak up when they see examples of racism. If parents want to work to address the persistent racism in the country and raise anti-racist children, they cannot remain silent on the topic of race. They have to take a stand and let the world know that we must speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves.
Take my people to stand up. Take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, to you and freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. 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 When the stars that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me whenever you're in trouble. Stand by me. 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 Darling, darling, stand by me. 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 Stand by me.
The recent anti-critical race theory bills passing in state legislatures in places including Tennessee, Oklahoma, Iowa, Idaho, and Texas make righting this wrong illegal.
The wording in many of these bills is intentionally broad and vague. For instance, banning any teaching that makes a student feel discomfort, guilt, anguish, or another form of psychological distress solely because of the individual's race or sex.
As the authors of this New York Times op-ed point out, Any accurate teaching of any country's history could make some of its citizens feel uncomfortable or even guilty about the past. We must remember that racism is learned, but not seeing, considering, and caring about racism is also learned.
Colorblindness, the collective fear of naming racism for what it is, only perpetuates racism. Critical race theory, or CRT, is the opposite of colorblindness. It names, recognizes, and teaches the history of race and racism here in our America.
CRT opens dialogue and invites children to notice, critique, and resist the normalcy of racism in their own lives and relationships.
Why are we meeting here after hours in the dark?
In Florida.
Sounds like a bad horror movie.
I mean, I should be. I'm gonna be the first one they find with this white skin.
Can someone please turn on the lights?
Very funny, guys, but this is serious business. I brought you all here after hours because I didn't want this conversation to be had during school time. Thank you for your patience, staff, but first and foremost, as you know, I am your principal, and I'm here to protect you, the true heroes of America. You guys hand out the work to the 2,500 students in our school in Florida.
This already sounds bad.
I'm not here to argue politics or debate whether or not our governor is right in the footsteps he has chosen to take, but I am here to keep you out of jail.
Jail? What are you saying?
I can't go to jail. I have a field trip next week.
Well, that's one field trip the kids will remember.
That is not funny, Mr. Taylor.
Actually, it was pretty funny.
Come on, guys, seriously. Yesterday, House Bill 1447 has passed a law that bars pornography in the classroom.
Because of course we need a law for that.
But that's not it. There's also a law that bars age-inappropriate books as well.
What does that mean? Who determines what is age inappropriate? That sounds a bit subjective, don't you think?
Well, that's where the issue comes in. It seems the state of Florida has set up county-wide committees to go ahead and make a list on which books are age inappropriate and which books aren't, and where to be placed, if at all.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. We just make sure that our books fall in line with the outline standards.
The following titles, such as these, or covering the same subject matter, should be removed from the classroom immediately. Titles such as these, like the Bearstein Bears.
Wait, what? The Bearstein Bears? Like the ones my nephew reads? What are the bears into now? Twerking?
The following autobiographies about Henry Aaron, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Malala, and Celia Cruz.
Is this for real?
Okay, now I'm scared.
A preponderance of books about non-white children and families, and those dealing with sexual themes, weirdly. Also dealing with ethnic food groups. Dim sum for everyone. Dumpling soup and fried bread is a Native American family story that should be removed from the classrooms.
I tell you, dim sum does sound kind of inappropriate.
Oh, Charles Taylor, how could you make jokes at a time like this? It feels like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
You'll have to explain that in reference for the millennials, Mrs. Howard.
That's not the end of it. Teachers whose classrooms are found with the books that violate the bill are at risk of facing a $5,000 fine,
Are you
going
serious?
to jail for 5 years on a felony charge as well.
This is crazy. What? This is outrageous, insane. Can they do this?
They did, and they have.
Look, guys, maybe it's not the end of the world.
Here we go. The comedian's giving us pep talk.
Are you drunk? This is the end of education as we know it.
You don't think you're being a little bit dramatic?
You don't think 5 years in prison is worthy of a reaction?
Look, I get it. If you don't teach those books, you won't go to jail. Look, I'm not a DeSantis fan either, but I don't want my kids being raised in a world where they're constantly dealing with the guilt from the past. Guilt for actions that didn't have nothing to do with them. The constant reminder may be triggering.
If your kids are triggered by the truth, that's a problem. No one has any problem teaching the Holocaust. We don't stop learning about World War II because Japanese and German people might be triggered. That is pure foolishness. It's America's history. We aren't only here to teach the good parts.
I believe that part of our jobs as educators is to promote and foster pride in being America. There should be value in that.
So you're saying that you can't find any value in America's story? America's story is one of overcoming, not just against the British, but against ideals such as racism, fascism, and ignorance.
Look, I'm all for the truth, but you people...
You people? See, I told you, just wait long enough. The redneck's gonna show himself.
I mean, some people spend so much time talking about race and racism. I'm kind of all over it.
Well, you know what? We would like to be over it too, but we can't be because we live in America and racism is woven into the fabric of this country.
Look,
the very system we work in was fueled by brutality and built on the backs of black and brown people who placing us at the very bottom of society. And you just want us to pretend like we just ended up here? You and people like you are the problem, Charles.
Calm down, Barbara. Ain't no point of getting hostile.
Don't tell me to calm down, and it's Miss Howard to you. This is nothing but a concerted effort to whitewash history and silence our voices. And it looks like it's going to work.
How will they know what books are in our libraries? Are they going to do checks?
Well, a hotline has been established for the parents who believe that their child's teacher has violated the bill. This has very serious implications for all of us.
This is like a dystopian novel. I can't believe this is happening.
I brought you all out here because we all have some serious soul searching to do. Have to ask ourselves, is this a system that we want to work in? For many of us, it will be hard to teach against our conscience, especially when every word we say will be tracked for any sort of violation.
What choice do we have? I have 10 more years until I retire. I can't afford to be looking for another job.
Those are the questions you need to ask yourselves.
Guys, in all seriousness, I think this is where the world is heading. I love all of you here, but you know that I do. But believe in what I said. We need to move forward.
He just won't hear us.
What an idiot. Oh my God.
On a brighter note, DeSantis won't be governor forever. He announced last week he's running for president. This is a silver outline to this black cloud.
My Lord!
Is he serious?
Oh no. Good night, Charles. I'm sure I'll see you on Monday morning.
Alrighty.
Like the river Jordan, and I will then say to thee, you are my friend. Carry me like you are my brother. Love me like a mother. Will you be there? will you scold me? When lost, will you find me? But they told me a man should be faithful and walk when not able, and fight till the end, but I'm only human. Everyone's taking control of me. Seems that the world's got her over me. I'm so confused, will you show to me? You'll be there for me and care enough to bear me.
Carry me boldly, turn me up slowly, carry me there, save me, fill me and make me, something you say to me, I will be there.
A microaggression is a subtle, often unintentional form of racism. Rather than an overt declaration of racism or sexism, a microaggression often takes the shape of an offhand comment, an inadvertently painful joke, and a pointed insult. When people of color have interpersonal conflicts with white people, especially when any argument or disagreement ensues, they are often labeled as angry or hostile.
When the concept involves discussion about race or racism, people of color often get told they talk about race too much, or that they always play the race card. In fact, when people of color get rightfully emotional in a discussion about race or racism, they often get told to fix their tone or to relax.
When people of color call microaggressions or challenge other problematic behaviors in others, they are sometimes said to be escalating situations or picking fights, instead of being viewed as advocating for justice or equity.
Microaggressions are subtle, often unconscious and unintentional expressions of bias that can be directed towards marginalized groups. They can take the form of jokes, casual remarks, or innocent questions, and often go unchallenged.
Good morning. My name is Travis Barker, and I'm the host of Name That Microaggression. Yes, every day people of color experience what we call microaggressions. Microaggressions are small, discriminatory grudges against people of color. There are 3 types of microaggressions: environmental, verbal, and behavioral. You know you've seen it. And if you do not still know what I'm talking about, then sit back, relax, get a drink, and let's play Name That Microaggression. Let's meet our contestants. Coming all the way from Brooklyn, New York, we have Ashanti. She's an 8th grader at PS24. She loves government, math, and kicking it with her crew. Let's give a warm welcome to Ashanti.
What's up, everybody?
Now let's meet Casper. Coming all the way from Oklahoma City, he is a 9th grader who loves being a member of this Pathfinder troop. He enjoys cooking and camping. Let's give a warmer welcome to Casper.
Hey, y'all.
It's so great to meet you, Casper. Next, coming all the way from Cheyenne, Wyoming, we have River Jones.
Howdy, y'all.
We have an eclectic group here. They have all just finished reading the Jason Reynolds book, Stamped, a crucial, empowering book exploring racism and anti-racism in America. This gripping, fast-paced, energetic narrative shines a light on many forms of racism. It illuminates ways readers can identify and stamp out racist thoughts and actions in their day-to-day lives. All right, let's begin. When you believe you know the answer to the question that I ask, please buzz in.
I think I want a bowl though. What does that mean? I think I want a bowl though. I'm gonna get a bowl. With some chips. And Izzy. Can you do the Izzy? Yes, great.
Welcome to Chipotle. May I take your order?
Oh my gosh, your English is so good. How long have you been here?
My whole life. What a jerk.
Name that microaggression. Ashanti.
I know. Alien your own land. See, that racist jerk refused to believe that someone of Hispanic descent could truly identify as an American. He then furthered the insult by the exaggeration that he wouldn't know the language of his own birth.
Correct, Ashanti. And now Ashanti takes the board. Let's view the screen for our next microaggression.
Can I speak with Jay Avery, please? He's holding my books for me.
Sure, but we have two J. Averys, James and Jason. Which one do you want to talk to?
I'm not sure. He's tall and wears a red shirt and khaki pants.
Yes, we all do. That's our uniform.
Well, I'm not sure how else to describe him.
Is he white, black, Asian, Hispanic?
I don't know. I don't see color.
What?
Yes, Casper, can you name that microaggression?
Yes, Travis. Statements where white people refuse to acknowledge race is colorblindness. This action denies the person of color's racial experiences. It implies that one must assimilate and acculturate to the dominant culture. It denies the individual as racial. It's racist.
You got it, Casper. I see you're trying to get some points on the board for yourself. Contestants, let's view the screen for our next microaggression.
The Cleveland Indians. The Cleveland Indians was the past name of the Cleveland Guardian baseball team. The club name and its cartoon logo have been criticized, perpetuating Native American stereotypes. Fort Pickett, now called Fort Barfoot, located near the town of Blackstone, Virginia. Fort Pickett was named after the Confederate General George Pickett. It was one of the U.S. Army installations named for Confederate soldiers that has been renamed by the Naming Commission. The Washington Redskins, now known as the Washington Commanders. The team's former Redskins branding, used from 1933 until 2020, was one of the leading examples of the Native American mascot controversy. Various people and groups, such as the National Congress of American Indians, considered the name a racial slur and attempted to get the team to change it for decades. The Strom Thurmond Building. A Democrat from South Carolina who filibustered the Civil Rights Act of 1957.
Name that microaggression. Yes, River. Try to name that microaggression for some chance to get points on the board for you.
Well, Travis, at first glance, one might think that these are names of famous people and teams who are near and dear to America. But isn't that just the problem? This environmental racism assumes that harm cannot take place by names or individuals. It sends a message to all the people and the descendants of the people that these famous individuals did harm to. It tells them that they are not welcome and belittles their heritage while reminding them that deadly racist ideologies are still allowed to prosper in America.
Correct. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the game ended in a tie. But in a way, we all won because we all learned more about microaggressions. Well, I've been your host. Good night, everybody.
The harmful impact of microaggressions is often underestimated. They can leave those on the receiving end feeling demeaned, invalidated, and further thrust to the margins. A slow accumulation of these microaggressions can lead to low self-esteem, feelings of alienation, and even mental health issues.
Microaggressions reflect a lack of awareness of the experiences of marginalized groups. They stem from implicit bias, the assumptions and stereotypes everyone carries.
While people who participate in microaggressions don't always realize what they are doing, the remarks and snubbing actions still have a pretty harmful impact. It's important to note that microaggressions are not always intentional or conscious, but they still have a significant impact on the people who experience them.
We must call out microaggressions where we see them, not only for the people they negatively impact, but for our world. We owe each other that to make this world a safe place for everyone, including people of color. We must be there for each other.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up that collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. Na 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 na. Victim of unselfish kind of love. It's time that I realize there's some no hope, letting niggas alone. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A willow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out dream. They follow each other on the wind, you see, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways.
Black women and other women of color may endure even more stereotypes related to others' perceptions of them as being angry. Because women in general are often stereotyped as being too emotional or hysterical when they challenge systematic sexism and patriarchy. And because people of color are deemed angry or violent when they challenge systematic racism. Black women and other women of color are often punished doubly.
One fundamental problem with the angry minority white victim dynamic is how it is weaponized to pathologize or criminalize and sometimes even violently target Black people and other people of color. When Black people and other people of color are stereotyped as aggressors, they are presumed to be violent.
Such situations often result in people calling the police or security guards. When the authorities arrive, they often immediately view the Black person or the other person of color as the aggressor, and often take the white person's narrative as the truth.
I make myself quiet and I make myself small. I listen and not talk, tune out the noise of it all. I cast the illusion of being fragile and frail, as soft as a petal to be plucked and derailed. I'm female, therefore there's nothing important to see. I must blend in, sit up, shut up, be pretty, just me.
I must be soft, not firm. I cannot fight back, yet chastised for not speaking when my shell has been cracked. I smile through depression and through anxiety I shake, but you would never know. I'm female, I don't break. I'm not supposed to raise my voice or even speak my mind. Glaring expectations I am to see, yet I'm blind.
Rules we tell on the playground, boys will be boys, he likes you if he's mean. We grow up being told, abuse is love it seems. We take the blame and still stay stall, we'll do what we're supposed to. And here we are, broken and bruised in a world that we're all used to. It's time to change and shout out loud, I will not be silent. Until rape isn't funny, abuse isn't normal, we'll wonder where the time went. I'm a voice in the crowd, one standing on a chair, and maybe others will hear me. I don't hate men, I hate that do not see me. When a boy can dance ballet and a girl can play football, then the world will live in peace. Titles we destroyed, the labels that we employed, inequality will finally cease.
I exist, I am real.
I live out loud, I feel. I will scream, I will shout, I will drown the hatred out. I endure, quiet down, for I endure all to see. I exist, I am real. Never again will you silence me.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find that fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, oh, we will rise, oh, we will rise, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you.
Colorblindness says that not talking about race will make racism go away. In fact, the opposite is true. By ignoring race, colorblindness also ignores racism in all its form. Kids are keenly aware of race and racism, and when adults are silent on the topic, they also end up silencing the kids.
Teachers' silence around issues of race sends the message that race and racism are either non-existent or unnecessary to talk about. Allegiance to colorblindness, equality, and meritocracy means that race can't possibly matter, and we know that just isn't true.
This consistent denial of the systemic inequities, privileges, and oppressions associated with race and whiteness is maintained. It's
time to speak up and speak out.
Name it for what it is. Open dialogue and discussions about race. Listening to what people know and how they experience racism. Give them the space they need to process, discuss, challenge, critique, and potentially resist the norms of racism. Quite simply, if we care about racial justice and hope to rid our nation, our schools, our churches, and ourselves of racism, we have to start naming it. We must name it so we change it. It begins with us.
For over 400 years, Black people have had to sit quietly and swallow our rage in order to seemingly make progress. But all along, we have had a steadfast faith that God would not allow the silence to go on forever. In His word, He demands that we act justly. Nothing ever can change that, and nothing ever.
Every power on earth and in heaven is a shadow in His light. G law or government challenges his sovereign might. His reign and rule have no boundary. All that is his hands have wrought.
Nothing ever can, nothing ever will overcome the Lord our God.
We are well aware we were orphans once, bent and broken in our shame. Then he sought us out and adopted us. Now we bear his royal mane.
Every enemy tries to steal and kill what the death of Christ has brought. Nothing ever can, nothing ever will overcome the Lord our God. We are rescued out of darkest night, free from Satan's evil hold.
And the kingdom of our Savior's light is our soul's eternal home. Though the enemy
know I'm not supposed to say anything, but I have to. If you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. To me, the words of this program were so impactful because it's what we're living with right now. I told my kids it's not a Black History program, it's a Black Right Now program. And so as we sing our last song, this is my last Black History program with my 8th graders. My son, Frankie, it was so important for me to end it with you, Gavin, leading our last song. Can you stand as we sing, Lift Every Voice and Sing?